time ago, on a very peculiar day, my mirror lured someone out of his bed and opened a doorway to my workshop. I do not know if the mirror was being mischievous or malicious. Perhaps it knew that the curious intruder had a role to play in my project. I was putting the finishing touches on my latest creation. A world for things that have been forgotten. Satisfied with my progress, I put the magic brush down and retired to my chambers. Had I known what events would follow, I would have locked away everything. Paint, brush, and thinner. And rushed to see what had happened. But I was too late. The world I had created was ravaged, a wasteland. The mysterious intruder was gone. I did not learn his identity. Well, not for a very long time.
Yes, that was but it was okay. I'm freaking turning down the damn music. Just in case.
That's what they play this game. Oh, that's wrong. on, spin. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Oh, I think I'll choose you over there. Okay, so But yeah, I remember playing this in all those when I was younger. I'm just lucky that the game was part of the other age 20s. Freaking well, President the first three games, so yes, like that. And Val is placed the first 15. I am on a road to his visit, but to like the other person, I can play. Me. Technically speaking, the Rekkusu please can't heal. It's a freaking empty heal. That's an anti-villain. You do freaking run. But he does. That's it. Tell people. To fall. Especially if it's empty. No Mickey went but would do some plays. That's as simple as he would.
Hello.
also was kind of funny when they tried to basically mimic my character. And somehow fail, but like in a way that's kind of hilarious. Because okay, when they try to mimic him, basically in a way like, he's gonna play him his wonderful way. That's very true to who he is. This whole tiny character troll. His tragedy.
Hello.
That's you for most guys. A long time I had tried to play my character. It cooked. Like, okay, I had to generate what would my character look like with his skill in freaking DC style, and it freaking cooked. Now, so I am about like so. I do recommend you guys support our actual artists. Like I said, hey man, yeah, it can be good, useful for good. And if you use the chat G, so something like takes on AI, and yeah, it will cook for ya. Not just cook. It will take your freaking class and tone it into a massive piece. Like so. They can be good, like good for some time. So, okay, I ain't so basically saying, oh hey, go freaking support AI, because I tell you to. No, saying do you wish, but use AI responsibly. Like so, use AI to kind of like dedicate actually what it wants to do. So people can, yeah, do that. What don't do is use it for everything. But yeah. Even I know that, yes, I do know AI is the reason for the random servers. Yeah, I know that. And it's fun. I haven't forgiven now. A lot of times AI can actually be helpful. For example, now here's real like, okay, so This is from one a little test. So I made a chat with ChatGPT, and then the chat is itself versus Gemini. So what I'll do is I'll give ChatGPT context and all that shit of what's of a certain scenario. And basically actually try and figure out something if the advice that actually is helpful. That wouldn't with anything. In this scenario, it goes, okay, being overtaken by drone, back home, drone batteries, really dead, well, it's literally almost dead, something's jammed, don't know what, it's causing a jam, and but you know the panel is jammed, and the panel contains something that can save your life, VIA, upon the power upon the base charge. So drone VIA, solar panel, will bring power, stuff like that. Now here's the thing. She had all this contact and was giving the show, hey, came to the rest, we go. Gemini had zero contact, and that's this one means that ChatGPT, they have to go back to that go on, basically, from just this one particular test, it's telling me, hey, Jackson not doing Murphy's Law. This is basically a fundamental law that says, if something could go wrong, it will. You always expect the uncertainty, you always expect the possibility that something could go wrong. And this is basically a fundamental law that ChatGPT forward to basically calculate into this formula for that one scenario. But here's the thing. That was just ChatGPT. Zero context, but thinking of the same situation to Gemini, and it said it's best to say above, not below the drones. And was actually better advice because it really gives me cycle in their minds. Yet, because it literally by being about two objects and minimizes risks for basically minimizes risk by making sure your body doesn't hit the ground. So that's a W for that. And in this case, yeah. Gemini calculated it in without knowing that Murphy's Law, well, ChatGPT didn't, and my pancakes, so I can, well, think mine, I just messed it up. But here was Yay. We're on Century. And basically said, hey, you go down this, fucking this. Identifying the cars or the jam and stuff like that. Yeah. for example, is saying, okay, the game, when I told it, like, okay, this ship is basically into a solo mode with chunk guards. It's basically, this isn't, and like, freaking talking, and with it, like, hey, in the game. The time I said, hey, stop in the game, video, like that, what's this? Is much more safer than the gaming was. So, well, if I didn't, I would have. I know to also, oh, shoot. So, like, the difference in a lot of things. I guess another example would be... Hello! Oh, there's other buddies. If you tell them who has ancestry practice with chakras. My advice, because he does go so with chocolate at certain moments. Don't begin trying to be a tough guy and some math. Trying to close with your hand. That's a good bit. So that what you want to do is use a racket. From getting and you're trying to just smack it with the center of it. Just smack chunk of leather with the center of it. So basically you say but you know so exactly that. Well, it's slowly closer this way. Gently gravel and kiss her. Just like that. Use romance as a way to de-escalate. Now, I'm not saying this is like guaranteed solution, or that is a old woman, or anything. He is like potentially we get them to go from Azur's Wrath 2. Gia. Way more better than you would think. Because apparently then that's more magical. You can basically get them something topic. Snap, gifts, the favorite movie, the favorite book. Basically, it's a hell of a lot more magical if they're pally than if they're Azur's Wrath. Like, it's much more magical than pally than the Ghost of Spark against the Greek gods. That's high on the chances of injury. Resistance is good. It's always good if you can basically get do something without an injury occurring. Yeah, that one I was tempted. Well, but yeah, it's only a good idea to avoid games, so. That's a good job. Seems good. Right, that's up to freaking well known for all that. There we go. really don't know what was. Yeah, basically, biggest thing a lot of stuff. Stuff like that. And then there's a lot of freaking things, as well as what is personality. That's personality and be determined, and yes, it can. Stuff like that. Because they're all kind of like still going to be a lot of factors. Did the poo underperform or overperform? They end up being posted, arrested. So again, look at this. You saw distance. That's not good. So yeah. That's a bonus. They can be exhibited how consume tree and they go to the one will have nothing others. This is handy. With nothing others and basically help you out. If you like a lot, it helps you use with like a whole lot of stuff, but basically if you have a manual tree, you can help you treat it. Shit. So, it's tree angle. I think the background as well. say, because this is most likely what a lot of people will use stealing just for saves, treatment from them. Hey, having as a roommate is actually still pretty damn useful, because you basically almost like maybe second. Stuff goes wrong, you still got someone that can patch you up. Outside of that,
Hello? Huh?
I would say, yeah. Right? Life can treat you well. But no matter what hand you get dealt, you play them right, it can lead to a lot of good things. Play the hand wrong, and you'll mess up. Wait, you want to try something? Ready? Give me that rope. Also, yes, I do think AI to some ways is a bad thing. Because it can lead to people getting banned because they get boxed to the A6. And I also don't agree with age verification on Roblox. In fact, I don't agree with age verification outside of anything that requires an ID. Basically, I don't agree with age verification if it's for a YouTube account, if it's for a video game. I don't think those shit should happen, including social media. No, but I do believe age verification should be level is only for freaking nightclubs, as well as for pharmacies, because you know. useful, but then only if the movies were on. In those cases, yes, ace verification is useful, and I do recommend it. Because that's a good idea in those specific areas. I don't think it is necessary for like Roblox to that extent. To YouTube. So video. The reason why I say to extent for Roblox is because so okay, I can understand though why Ace verification like a thing. I also understand about that why it's necessary. I can also see why Roblox is trying to do that sometime this year. So, okay, I get it. But here's the thing. I say, okay, you're doing it to like protect children, yes. If anything, not wise. Also not wise to have face verification be mandatory. And I ain't on Roblox side either. Can't pay me enough to say no. Yeah. I don't work for them. They're saying that they can't pay me enough to defend them because even if I don't get paid up positively, I still want to defend them. Like, even if it were to benefit my channel in a way that basically is like, hey, you talk good, bud, and we will make sure you channel stays a lot of attention and likes and subscribe. Like, okay, that's good. The channel's receiving positive things and basically is getting a whole bunch of people and Joel's channel. Okay, that's good. Good publicity. Okay. But here's the thing. Even with that, I still want to defend them. So the same reason why I prefer Steam rather than Nintendo rather than PlayStation, despite me streaming on PlayStation, I think it still seems to be better. And you pay no subscription. person is generally battle. You see, I can't like stream or upload from a Steam Deck. That I know of. Without like actors, YouTube, and sign in, upload. All that. There we go. But yeah, not doing that all without the PC. I want to stream from my Steam Deck or upload on Steam Deck. Because that's good. I was actually planning to upload regular X5 video showing it off to you guys from the Steam Deck. I can't, so, well, specifically the offline version, which basically, to be honest, has less of a gotcha. Has no gotcha. So I know of. Gems are mainly used by cards and stuff like that. Okay, to help you to unlock characters. That's mainly it. Well, I believe in the old days when it was online. Well, I believe in the old days when it was online, it was like, oh hey, you want like basically that you can't unlock in the beginning. One game. All that you're gonna have to do is gamble. With gems. And that was like the whole basis, because there was a gotcha system in place. basically prevent you from getting like certain characters that you couldn't get through the stages. You have a chance to either unlocking a character or unlocking a weapon. Yeah. Now it's like, hey, you get gems and now you can just like buy it. That's like the thing with gacha systems. It's just the current A's. It's just basically the evolved version of what we already experienced in video games before. And when I say it's just the current A's or what we already experienced in video games before, I'm referring to the original game, Pokemon game, red, blue, green, yellow, leaf green, fire red, like those ones. And back then, it was more like, back then, yes, it was actual gambling. Yes, it had slots or stuff like that. Okay. You have to understand that gamble, gamble is bad, but here's the thing. Back then, it was just in a game. No microtransactions. But then, somewhere down the line, it went from just an in-game casino that takes in-game currency that you can grind, pay for, to, well, what we now call gacha. So, basically, gambling didn't leave video games. It just evolved into what it is today. What it is today is a gacha system that allows players to gamble in-game currency, or as well as pay currency, which is currency that involves microtransactions. So code just to basically get and own it's of the same purpose as the in-game currency. Well, because of this, it's also like the same premise, same function, yes. But it also is how gambling evolved from gambling, well, what is that? How gambling in video games evolved from gambling against currency, or more in-game currency, to, well, gambling in-game currency and your own money, because you got with your own money, to gambling, or video for more, to basically for a random item or character inside game, which basically means, which is basically what happened for a lot of video games. Not for much, and there's not saying that. But it's how what we now know as the gacha system came to be. Anyhow, that's just like my take on about game. Yeah. correctly, there's like multiple other things that basically could explain it, but maybe it's just because it's kind of basically makes the most sense in the most easiest way possible. And no, Josephine. Oh, he's from grabbing. Oh. He knows like this. It's the gamble way. No, I am not supposed gambling. White Dog said that. And no, I'm not saying. I'm doing sick, and no, I'm not saying what is here. It's basically giving my 2 cents in almost a interesting style. The video game mechanic and how people do things that it died out in the old games when it maxed out, it didn't. It just evolved. And that's still other phones too. With basically much more safer with this is basically just RNG versus what yes versus the what it is, and that is still the same premise in what and that's part of the thing, yes, but again there's no to it. Because RNG can be used for good and bad. For example, slightly grill. It's just the first thing that came to mind. But for example, ironically, Pokemon. Those super effective moves. Yes, okay. That's good to know. But here's the thing. That is recent game, Pokemon, basically with stuff like casinos from the game. So like, you know, but can't really do in it. And it is really because like literally because of the fact that RNG situation is basically what determines whose catch rate. The mathematical, but it does determine if a Pokemon is caught. The percentage hit, as well as the percentage. Looking, that is RNG, and sometimes RNG can be good, sometimes it can be bad. A example of a bad RNG is the DS in Yasuke. Now, the reason why I call that example of a bad RNG is mainly because it is. Because RNG should not be freaking having a self encounters tied to the story. Now, if that's the case, then you're basically committed what I consider a sin of development in the game world. Which in some application, but to me, the one bad thing that Netflix DS did is an encounter tied to story, which is basically means about a certain encounter occurring that has around chance to go, you're basically locked out of story and cannot progress. Until that random encounter occurs. And you can just basically go in and out given days, but then you make another random encounter chance. There's another chance. That's something completely different. And that could be a really good item that could be beneficial. Not beneficial. That's an example of a bad RNG game. I will say the role of computer games with RNG has graphically improved. And so forth. Yeah. But also, in a way, it kind of did but at least it became more fun. And that's the best thing.
Hello.
When gaming is fun, it's a blast. It's amazing. It's fun. It's entertaining. But when it's not, that's the thing. That's the key thing. When it's not fun, when it's not entertaining, that's when it whips a lot of stuff. And it won't. And here's the thing. Sometimes people aren't good at something. Yeah. I get that. Okay? I do think that certain people have to be good at certain things. And that could be due to G, root, stuff like that. Especially in PvP. Because PvP stuff is like, it's just, your opponent's just better. That's all, they're just basically that alone. That's all. But in other games, RG can also be double-sided. A little fun example of RG could be Monster Hunter. Now, keep in mind, the keyword here is fun example. For one example, any Monster Hunter game that isn't stories, please. Because if you're hunting a Monster Hunter for this example, Monster Hunter World, and you're doing it in free roam, which basically means you're not gonna have to worry about a time limit. Oh, how many lives you have, which yes is a blessing, but if you're like hunting for a specific monster, then for this example I'm going to say a Raffalo. Rafa was either Rathian or Rathalos, whereas for this one we're going to assume Rathalos, which by the way it is a male Rathian, and Rathians are the female ones. Now they do come in various colors, but I believe the standard Rathalos is whereas by standard Rathian is green. Now, there's a percent chance that they could just no dip out though. What I mean by no dip, I mean they literally could just say, hey yo, I'm gonna retreat and you have this amount of time to track me down and defeat me. If so, I will despawn. And that's what it is. Now, if we look at Monster Hunter Stories, specifically Monster Hunter Stories 1, yeah, that's when it goes a little bit. Oh yeah, it's a Monster Hunter, just you see a hunt. monsters. That's the really premise of this monster game. Is kind of different in a way, more difficult. Because unlike Monster Hunter World, there is a story now. Well, there was one in Monster World, but what I'm referring to this time is combat isn't three-dimensional. You now have to do a turn-based combat. But here's the thing. And this is where Monster Hunter stories for the first one, I just both good and bad in terms of difficulty. Because it's just choose Monster to name, yes. What? In Monster Stories, okay, we proved soft like ourselves. Stories, it uses rock, paper, scissors mechanics. And in this, rock, paper, and rock, scissors, paper. But in this case, it actually power beats tactical beats speed, speed beats so don't go blaming me. Me okay? Now, in Monster Hunter Stories 1, it's just complete random with freaking like what? They like what they might use. You're around here. Dang. But yeah, when I say it's like random, I mean that as really as well. I don't know if they're gonna go if monsters gonna throw a power attack, a tactical attack, or a speed attack. So because of that, you don't know, hey, am I gonna have to use a power move? Oh hey, am I gonna have to use a speed attack? Or hey, am I gonna have to use a tactical attack? Now yes, they did fix it in the sequel, and I wish they basically did the same for the first game, for the remake of the first game, the sports. But outside of that, here's what I mean by the fix it in the sequel. In the sequel, monsters have specific or limited, so they can only like do is either power and attack, or power and speed, or power and tactical, or power and speed, or speed and tactical. They are just pure power, pure speed, or pure tactical. And that's why the second one is better. In that sense alone. That means you basically got more chance to maybe think of strategy and plan out your path. And yes, I'm hoping they keep this up with the third game. Because if they do, and that's great, because literally I don't think we need a little freaking within crises that was taken. Yeah. The heck? What? Like this. Are we doing a boss battle? Haha! But yeah, basically in the second game you can be more tactical. Because you basically do have to think, okay, is my opponent gonna like use speed or tactical or power? So it kind of like does help. Because then all you have to worry about, okay, I'm going to have to target this part to try and disable this one attack. Are they going to be annoying? Or not? Am I going to be able to defeat them in a way that can get me the most parts I need for a specific item? Will my team be able to defeat them? I feel like Montage Zoes is different than Montage Delory and the mainline fighting. For me, I have to say those for Montage and Montage Zoes as canon. In the sense that there are hunters who actually do hunts. Basically, it's like, hey, monsters can be buddies, monsters can be friends. And they going to be fun monsters. That's how I view both game series of Monster of the same franchise of Hunt. Basically, Monster Hunter, i.e. every Monster Hunter game from 1 to Rise is in the same universe as Monster Hunter series. It's just the Widos aren't very known, and they basically are like, just keep to themselves, don't interact much with hunters. Like, hunters know about the existence of Widos, it's just, the ideology is too different, but both valid. Basically, by that I mean both coexistence in new worlds and new worlds, stuff like that. But both of those are valid because they both are part of the same story, part of the same narrative, just viewed from two different sides. They're the same coin, just one side of the story shows the timeline of Monster Hunter. On the Hunter side, another side shows the story of the Widos from the Wido side, and which, from what I've seen, the Wido side is basically, typically, they partner with buddies. The main buddy, or as they call monsters, is typically a rapper, those. Something happens, and so on and so forth. There's a threat they have to basically defeat to save the world, and the same thing can kind of be said for Monster Hunter. So it's going all the way. I believe a good example that parallels to Monster Hunter series, and specifically Monster Hunter Series 2, would be Monster Hunter World, with how it's basically soft, simple, you lie on the back, you like keep fighting monsters, stuff like that. It's so simple, but then later on, it becomes more difficult. You have to fight single, and then you have to go and continue on fighting monsters at a high rank and more difficult, upgrading the gear along the way until you fight the big bad, the main guy that's basically the reason for why this all was happening. And then once you do that, credits roll. But then you realize, huh, is that all? So you go back and find out there's no. And that the boss you fought wasn't was the main boss, was the boss to beat the game, but it wasn't the true boss. It wasn't the boss that would give you a freaking challenge and make you rethink everything. Because in that case, man, I gotta tell you, in those cases, hell up on the grill. Because by this I mean, I think it's in Monster of the World 2, I don't know. I got to have fun because I know got them past Stino, which is the alien monster home. But basically, it's Fate home. This. That's the name of it. It's basically a monster suit that looks like a dragon and is very difficult to beat. It's basically push you to the test. Try and go up against it. Okay. Try and go up against it on the level, on the guild. You're gonna die. Not wrong. And here's the thing. In those cases, this is a impossible but beatable foe. You can beat it, yes. But the difficulty is stacked against you. That's the thing. The game has an NPC that has, let me phrase that. When a game has an NPC enemy, okay, let me phrase that again. When the game has an enemy NPC that is stacked against you, and in terms of difficulty, that means it is beatable, but it's meant to give you a challenge, meant to be difficult on purpose to defeat you. And this is literally where I find games fun. Because, okay, for example, I can't believe I'm going back to Pokemon, but it just has so many examples that tie in. And in this case, it's Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like once you beat Ultra Gems and stuff like that, and you go to Mount Silver, you basically find Red. Because being the Elite Four isn't the final challenge. The final challenge is being the champion of Kanto, Red. Which you played as in the previous game. AKA Red, Blue, Green, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Because I think in blue you can either play as blue or red. I think in green you can play as a leaf or red, aka green or red. And it became official in Fire Red and Leaf Green because, well, it's still generally me. You kind of, yeah, it basically that. So now I'm kind of almost tempted to see if I can get my hands on a good PC, which would probably be impossible. Get my laptop fixed upgraded to be a pro gaming laptop. Most likely, but it's gonna be hell expensive. Oh, not possible. Which is hope that freaking that thing Nintendo decides, hey, how about we just give a Pokemon collection over to Steam? It's just a collection of overall Pokemon games. And it won't be like updated. And it will just have like the first 5 gens. Or the first 6 gens. Because if it's the first 5 gens, then yeah, that's good. That means no. But here's the thing. Which is impossible, but here's an alternative. Someone out there saying, hey, how about I just make a program, okay? That's an emulator that can run via through Steam, and basically what is Steam Deck compatible, and what that does is allow you to basically create kind of like a browser version of certain games, or be able to use Steam Deck controls for games that are not compatible with a Steam Deck. In a sense, it's basically a piece of application messiah or divine application that can actually be really beneficial in terms of polling and compatibility. It just basically fixes the whole controls, certain controls may not work on this console. Just fixes that issue. Just fixes Intel, anything else that would require manual fixing, unless the game is already past the check mark for that category. And yes, there are multiple categories that a game can go through in order to basically be playable on a Steam Deck, well, verified on Steam Deck. There's, technically speaking, 4 categories, but there are 3 categories. The technical 4th one is unknown. Now this is for games that have not been tested to see if they work on Steam Decks. This means that, hey, they're going to be tested, see if they work or not. Now the 3rd one, as well as actually begins, which is unsupported. What this means is a game is not supported on Steam Deck. They basically either have like a program for anti-cheats that would basically risks getting banned, or just completely unsupported. Now then there's the 2nd one, which is playable. Now here's the thing, when the game says it's playable, there are a lot of issues that could go. Those issues being small text, resolution, controls, having to use an alternative method and to enter some text, as well as graphics, or displaying the wrong controls. This means that the game is playable, but you run into some bugs. That could either make the game harder for you in terms of playability, or you just basically able to play it and just not notice them, or just power through them. A game in this category for me currently has to be Cards DCL. It's a wonderful game. I actually recommend checking it out. It's a card roguelike that's basically about video games. It has like a lot of video game series in it, so it's basically just a complete freaking nothing crossover event on one game. And yes, those cards can be appealed, and yes, those characters from those games can appeal as enemies that you get to fight, including the monsters from those games, or as freaking cards that you can use to attack their attacks from said games, or freaking recruit them to kind of like give you a boost. And then there is verifier. Now here's the difference between playable and verified. Playable means that you run into some issues, but verifier means there will be no issues. Everything received a check mark, meaning it will display the right controls. It will not mess up with the screen. No small tags. No difficulty with the keyboard. Yes. That means all checks marks. So a tool or application that does this and is verified, it would be a godsend for gamers, because it actually would basically freaking benefit gamers in building, because, well, if you were to use this application, you would basically make it your time on having to, when creating, you can basically use the application to optimize your time when pulling a game from one system to another, or one age or game, really or game to current modern tech. It's literally that freaking easy. And outside of that, yeah. So I think I might end the stream, just because I need to freaking relax. So see you guys next time, wherever that is. But remember, outside of liking the stream and subscribing, commenting down below and hitting the bell icon, even though it will help me out, just remember this: do not give up on your streams. Always keep on listening for better future. And also, never give up hope. Hope, no matter how bad it seems. See you next time.